$4 billion of accumulated short positions versus $17 billion of accumulated long positions. What's gonna happen next? Are we gonna have a huge short squeeze or a massive long squeeze? Bitcoin is right now at major resistance, but Bitcoin dominance is crashing. What's gonna be the next massive move of altcoins and Bitcoin? Let's analyze.
Crypto paradise.
Hello ladies and gentlemen of Paradise Club, this is Simon from Crypto Paradise. Let's analyze Bitcoin. In this video, I want to share with you Bitcoin dominance. We will go through weekly time frame, daily time frame, 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. We will analyze what kind of Elliott wave pattern is right now Bitcoin forming. I also want to put your attention and show you fear and greed index, alright, because we are reaching a very important level, and also Bitcoin dominance. As you can see, we are right now pumping from our 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level after we have reclaimed that $113,000 with ParadiseFamilyVIPs. We have been opening some short-term long position on Bitcoin because from our scalping perspective this was favorable to do. We have already taken our profit at $117,500. Alright, this is important. Currently we have taken last target on, for example, this altcoin, alright, for around 12% with nice leverage. So we have been pushing that, but right now we are careful again, ladies and gentlemen, because take a look at this resistance. So we are careful with long positions. We are not being too aggressive right here. We are reaching the major resistance area. Okay, this is very important on multiple time frames, not only on daily. We are pushing our boundaries on Bitcoin, also on 4-hour time frame, on 1-hour time frame. We are pushing the resistance as well. On weekly time frame, we are at this major resistance, getting close to it again towards that $121,000. This is very major. Together with that, on fear and greed index, we are reaching very high greed numbers. You know the magic of 80 and 20, right? We usually, when we go close to number 20, it's working as a bottom-in signal. When we go close to 80, it's working as a top-in signal. You can monitor that with me on our website, mycryptoparadise.com. It's for free and it's really gonna help you. On 4-hour time frame, you can see that we are reaching the 80 once again as well. All right, on 1-hour time frame we are also reaching 80. All right, so this is a very bearish sign if you are a contrarian trader, if you are the mean reversion trader. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are pushing towards extreme greed almost. All right, 77.5, that's high. And take a look at the whales. All right, on our website you can also monitor other indications, and the whales, they are actually shorting. They are very bearish. You can see, we can actually take a look at what's going on right here. We are at the minimum levels. All right, whales are very bearish. So this is actually, we will also analyze the chart. This is actually very bearish because together with being an extreme greed on sentiment around retail, the Bitcoin is pushing towards huge resistances on multiple time frames. Okay, what I want to discuss with you right now is the Bitcoin dominance is so far in a downtrend. All right, so what can happen, because we have not reached the major support just yet, what can happen? Altcoins, it's very rare, but it's sometimes happening that the Bitcoin dominance can keep dropping with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin will not be able to break above this resistance and it will start to drop or consolidate, and if the Bitcoin dominance will keep going down as well, it will be good for altcoins. So what's important to understand that Bitcoin can be starting to have a rejection, all right, but if it's not going to be a sharp one, if it's going to be just a small slow grind to the downside, the altcoins can still perform quite well. Check this out right now. I have searched for you on our website mycryptoparadise.com in our MCP free university, a Bitcoin dominance cycle. Here you have a beautiful cheat sheet and you can understand what if Bitcoin dominance is increasing in basically context with Bitcoin, what's gonna happen with altcoins. And you can see if Bitcoin decreases, Bitcoin dominance decreases and the Bitcoin decreases as well or is stable, the altcoins can be stable from 70%, 30% can be pumping, or if Bitcoin is stable while Bitcoin dominance is decreasing, that means Bitcoin can consolidate below resistance, the altcoins can increase heavily. Okay, so this is very important cheat sheet that you can get on our website mycryptoparadise.com, and it's gonna really help you to understand the context between Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin and altcoins. Let's right now take a look on the weekly time frame. So we are back at our major resistance, $121,000. Still, probabilities are giving us the idea that we are bearish, and with the highest probability we will start moving to the downside because we are following this expanded flat correction until we can reclaim the previous high. All right, the double top formation that was created by these two shooting star candlestick patterns, that means around $123,000. Until we can reclaim this and turn it into a support, I am actually bearish on the weekly time frame. All right, I'm very bearish on the weekly time frame still, also because on the next higher high we have created a bearish divergence on the MACD histogram, the momentum of the bulls been decreasing, bearish cross, and together with that, as I have shared with you in the previous video, the previous high that been made in January 2025 in the euro pair wasn't broken yet. All right, and with the Paradise team we believe that this higher high was with the highest probability created also because of the USD. As you can see here, the dollar index got weaker extremely since January. All right, so in my opinion, the Bitcoin, because we can see the Bitcoin versus euro, how the chart's looking, the Bitcoin actually didn't get that much stronger, the dollar just got weaker. All right, so I'm on the weekly, on the macro time frame, I'm bearish. Let's take a look what's going on. And you know from the previous video, the motive mode wave to the downside, $44,000, $240,000 before the end of 2026, early 2027. It's still highly possible until we can reclaim the previous resistance. So $121,000, once we start having a breakout with nice high volume and low volume on the retest, once we turn it into a support, I will be definitely looking for a long towards $135,000. Until then, as we are at support, as we are having an extreme greed right now in the market, I'm not really being bullish on the weekly time frame. All right, so the points are going to the bears. All right, on the weekly time frame. Let's take a look on the daily. We are pushing towards this resistance again. We are having a bearish divergence, higher high, a lower high on the MACD. There is no bearish cross confirmation just yet. There is no decreasement of momentum like this just yet, so it's not confirmed, but I'm just saying the momentum of the bulls is not really big, yeah, on the higher high on this push. So the probabilities of breaking above the resistance is decreasing. With the highest probability right now, as long as we will be holding below the previous high, all right, which is the start of the first wave, because with the highest probability we are right now creating the motive mode first wave that will take us towards $88,000, which is a motive mode wave. That means it subdivides itself into 5 small waves. So I'm talking about this first wave. We have finished right here with the highest probability right here, and right now we are having a secondary wave. The secondary wave can be one of these corrective mode wave patterns. Let's take a look at this. Let me show you. Let's find it here. Yeah, so we have 9 corrective mode wave patterns. The secondary wave is usually a zigzag. All right, now I will explain to you in this video why it's not a zigzag, but it's expanded flat with the highest probability. All right, so we will take a look at this pattern where the A, B are corrective mode waves, C wave is a motive mode wave, and until we can break and reclaim the previous high, we are still in a secondary wave, and it should be treated as basically bearish suggestion from the Elliott wave perspective. If we take a look right now at on the RSI indicator, there is no bearish divergence confirmation yet. I want to see a nice cross below the moving average RSI trend line. Stochastic RSI has open legs to the upside, so bulls are kinda still in the control. So I want to see some confirmation from the daily time frame. I want to see some nice reaction on this resistance. I want to see a shooting star candlestick pattern double top formation on the lower time frames, etc. So I will not be pushing aggressively into short positions on the daily time frame. I will be conservative right now because we have already pushed over this one. So the bulls are kind of trying hard, right, to push, and they can get some strength in the market. The volume is not small, it's increasing, so there is still a high probability that we can break above the resistance and continue in the move to the upside. But I'm not longing right here on the daily time frame perspective, on the higher time frame perspective chart. I'm not being in a long position, all right, in anticipation of $135,000 yet. I want to see a clear reclaim, all right? So confirmations needed. We are right now hitting the 618 and 786 Fibonacci retracement levels that I've analyzed from the previous fifth wave right here. So we are at resistance. You are not longing at resistance. Furthermore, if you understand that we have a huge bullish sentiment around retail in the market, all right? So extreme greed, resistance, that equals no good for bulls, all right? So you need to be careful. Let's take a look right now on the 4-hour time frame. So this is basically the start of the first wave, right? 5 moves to the downside because it's a motive moved wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right now we are creating the secondary wave. So I do believe this was an A wave, all right? A wave, B wave, A, B, C. And right now we are having a motive moved wave, C wave. As I've already told you, it cannot go beyond the end of the previous start of the first wave. So that means $124,000. Right now we are revisiting this previous structural resistance. As you can see right here, it was also working as a support. So liquidity pool, very important right here. If we will start reclaiming this resistance, it will be an early sign that we should be looking for long positions, but not until then. All right. So $121,000, important Fibonacci retracement level and structural pivotal level as well. We have also a VPVR right here. So very important. If we take a look at MACD histogram, we can see on the 4-hour time frame, we have created a lower high on the MACD histogram. So the momentum is indeed decreasing. On the price action, we are having a higher high. The momentum, as you can see on the lower high, is already decreasing. So there is some kind of a confirmation. For more bearish confirmations, I'm waiting for a bearish cross. We didn't got it just yet. We didn't get it also on the RSI time frame, so I'm waiting. And on the stochastic RSI, the bulls are still in power. So I want to see open legs to the downside in this blue zone, and then I will see that the bears can start taking over. For our time frame, I'm waiting for confirmations. We also want to see a clear completion of the 5 moves to the upside. If you take a look on the 1-hour time frame, here we are already pushing into a very strong resistance that I have taken from the fifth wave. Ladies and gentlemen, if I take a look at the first wave, this one, the 5 moves to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can analyze this wave as well with Fibonacci retracement tool, and we can take a look approximately where the next resistance will be. And you can see that we have already pushed over the 618, all right, that was positioned at around $118,000. So right now we are pushing into that 618 from this wave, and we might extend even towards $121,000, whereas the 786 Fibonacci retracement level. If I will see weakness right there, if I will see a double top formation, some bearish engulfing candlestick patterns, I will definitely be opening a nice risk to reward trade-in short positions, where we will be able with Paradise Family VIPs to place our stop loss very tightly, very closely to the entry price, and our exit targets will be as far away as possible. And because we are projecting the reversal, right, if there is going to be confirmation, we will be targeting around $88,000. So it will allow us to have very wide exit targets, very tight stop loss, and that's exactly what you need. Not only entering only the highest probability trades, but also the ones where you can place your stop loss as tightly as possible, right, and your exit targets as wide as possible. This is the only way how you can be long-term profitable. And if if you mix it with a professional trading strategy, proper risk management, and proper tactics into how you enter your position and exit your positions, then you have a recipe for a long-term success. Not getting rich quick schemes, right? For that, it's good if you are using emotions. So you see some altcoin pumping and you go into it, and you see on social media many people showing you thousands of profits on daily basis, and you get these kind of fear of missing out feelings. You win a lot in a short run, but if you will keep on doing this, you're basically playing against probabilities, you're playing with luck, and sooner or later, and I'm this market since 2016, I've seen everything already, sooner or later you will get absolutely wrecked, your whole portfolio, if you will be doing this way. So if you want to be trading professionally and if you want to survive long term, you need to be okay with not that high profit returns, but you need to understand that you will survive long term and you will be able to enjoy the fruits. All right. It will not be loads of fruits. It will be mediocre fruits, but you will be making money, unless the other people that just trade as a hobby, basically. All right. And they come, they earn some, they have a great time, they have a bad time, they have a great time, they have a bad time, and they leave within the three years. All right. So I don't want that to happen to you. If you are focusing on long-term profitable trading, definitely I will see you in my crypto paradise and in ParadiseFamilyVIP. Right now, take a look at this expanded flat pattern. So this was the ABC A wave. This is the ABC B wave. And right now we are having 5 moves to the upside, ladies and gentlemen. Here I have counted leading diagonal, motive mode wave, then a secondary wave. So this is first wave, secondary wave, third wave, 5 moves to the upside, then a corrective mode wave, ABC running flat. All right. So this is the fourth wave. And right now we are having an extended fifth wave. I don't want to see this resistance to be reclaimed. If we take a look at the sub waves, it seems like, ladies and gentlemen, that we have got a first wave right here, secondary wave right here. Right now we are finishing, or we have finished the third wave. All right. If I will zoom in into 15 minutes time frame, we can actually calculate that together. So basically this was the first wave, secondary wave if in the skewed triangle, and then we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the third wave with the highest probability finished right here. Then fourth wave, A, B, C, D, E. All right. Then we are getting right now the fifth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, and right now we are finishing with the highest probability, the fifth wave. So I'm telling you, this is a strong resistance. Once we get confirmations, I'm definitely treating 1 hour time frame for short trading opportunities. I want to see confirmations. If I will be very conservative with Paradise team, we will be waiting for a proper reclaim of this moving average trend line, and we will be positioning ourselves in this on the secondary wave. All right. If I will be quite aggressive for some reason, I will be waiting for a blow off top, and I will be taking a limit order on a possible wick towards $122,000. So loads of tactics are possible. Right now we will be going through a close deep look into the subwaves with the Paradise team, and I will show you again what I'm seeing on the market on Saturday. So take a look at the subwaves as well. I will not be sharing that with you right now because we need to check it, and with the highest probability, until we can reclaim this resistance, we will go to the downside. And the next support, ladies and gentlemen, the next support, once we start getting a rejection upon confirmations, will be at around $115,000, and we can keep on dipping more towards around $107,000, etc. You know the big plan, right, from the weekly time frame. So ladies and gentlemen, trade with a great trading strategy, focus on a proper risk management, and I will see you again on Saturday. Cheers.